welcome to day 4 of hashtag DIY DP November 23, and this is today's section. Now this video may be going up a little bit later than I'd hoped, purely just because of other stuff that's going on at the minute. I'm trying to get stuff organised, but I'm here, so I'm gonna do some of this while you guys are watching. Now I am using my DIY DP cover papers along with the purple ribbon ones. I'm using my limited edition Lavender for Lisa cook tray. These are available from the 1st of December to order. I of course have my my pattern keeper with my pattern on it. Now I am doing, if I come out of here, I will be able to show you what my canvas is. So if I view mock-up, so this is, it's called Stained Glass, and it's actually called Lord of the Rings, but it's not. It's the story of the Hobbit, and I love this image. It's just reminds me so much of the old style wall hangings, the tapestries that they used to have in the Middle Ages, and I just absolutely love the fact that you've got the story all the way through. As you know, or you may not know, but I am a massive Tolkien fan. So that is the project that I'm doing this month. So currently I have done 1800 drills and I'm at 1.43%. So let's try and get that down a little bit. I would normally do comments and questions, etc. while I was doing my section. However, I can't do that at the moment because I can't answer the questions and stuff while I'm doing this, because my brain just doesn't work that way. So I will just talk about general stuff. This time around, bigger and better than ever. We actually have, including myself and Penny, we actually have 30 participants this time. 30. Crazy. Not sorry, you know, that's what I wanted. And excitingly, Penny is possibly going to finish her canvas, her project this month, in which case she will then be starting on another one, which is called Medusa. She has that all kitted up and ready to go. I've inadvertently done that. I am using my little wooden cigar pen that I got from Penny, because I do like a shorter pen, but my two poly pens that I made are actually being used on other canvases. So I just decided to pull this one out. I do like a shorter pen. And the plan is, hopefully, to get this section completed today. I have done a buttload of filming today, like literally a buttload. So I thought if I get this one done, I've got family coming over so that we can prepare some stuff that's being read out for the funeral. So I thought if I start now, and even if I have to stop filming partway through to do that and then continue after, at least I will get it done. Hope you're all okay. I hope your projects are going well. I did this morning put a post up on the Kalbs Sparkles Facebook group for you to post up your updated figures. So by Sunday at midnight, I will need your updated figures. So drills laid, percentage, total drills is good as well. Just so that when I do the video on Monday, I have got the most up-to-date information as possible. Hence why you don't need to do it until Sunday, because that gives you time to get as much done as possible. So that is up on the group, as is the filming schedule. I want to go into a little bit about what DIY DP is and how it started, and why we do it. So first of all, if you are coming back, welcome back. As always, please do continue to like the videos and comment, and that keep that content being seen. If you are brand new and you have no idea what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, then here is the reason why. So when I first started diamond painting, I very quickly came across somebody that was doing a cross stitch conversion. So basically you take a cross stitch pattern and you convert that cross stitch pattern into a diamond painting. And the reason that I wanted to do one is because I do save my leftover drills. I can't bear to throw stuff away. And I came across this idea while watching somebody else and thought, well, that's a great idea to use my drills, because it means that I will open up an area where I can get artwork I probably wouldn't be able to get as diamond paintings. 2, I can use the majority of my spare drills to do it, so it's not going to cost me for that. And I have chosen to do mine on a blank gridded canvas, which you can get from places like AliExpress, etc. I was very lucky because my friend Penny from Kalbs Sparkles, she brought a buttload of canvases last year in a sale. So she was able to give me 2 canvases. So I split this picture into 2 large canvases, and then I have 2 smaller pieces left over from my last project, which I'm going to use for the rest of it. So this will actually be done in 4 pieces and then joined together when I put them together at the end. You don't have to do it on a blank canvas. So how do you convert a diamond painting, a cross stitch pattern? So basically you get your cross stitch pattern and check with where you're getting it from. And if you are going to do what I'm doing and use an app, you need to check that that diamond painting, that cross stitch pattern will work with your app. Now, if you want to guarantee that it does, go somewhere like Heaven and Earth, who do a lot of these patterns and have actually built up quite a name for themselves for supplying the stuff that you need for conversions. But there are other places. I actually got this pattern from Etsy because I was specifically looking for Lord of the Rings stuff. So the basis is you get your chart, you upload it to your app. It will then give you the number of drills you need of each colour and the chart itself. You can, if you don't have an app, you can actually print off a paper chart and work from paper, but doing it with the app means that as you fill these colours in, it fills it in on here, and you then get to see your work as you're doing it, which is fabulous. So yeah, my friend Penny, she is actually doing her project on A4 sheets of graph paper and double-sided tape, which is a really good idea if you want a budget way. And you can go to certain companies. Let me just clear that. Try it again. Yes, there we go. Yeah, you can do that, and that will save you some money. I use my spare drills. I've also had some drills that have been sent out for me, and I also did order some of each colour just to get me started, but the majority of drills are actually my spares. I love doing the conversion for that reason. The fact that I am able to use something that would generally be thrown away, I love that. But for other people, it's their primary way of working. You know, Penny especially has brought drills for a number of projects so that she knows that she's got drills that are all uniform in size and shape and everything. You do it whichever way you want, but for me, it's a way of A, doing artwork I can't get in a diamond painting, and B, using those spare drills. Now, the reason that we started, or that I started this this whole event, is because that didn't pick those two up very well. Let me just place this, because the problem is I forget what I'm saying as I'm placing stuff. The reason I started this event is because, as with a number of other YouTubers and regular people, not that we're not regular people, you know what I mean, but these tend to be bigger projects, because when you take a cross stitch pattern, every stitch that you do is a diamond, so it makes it bigger, because you've got smaller stitches to each square on a cross stitch than you do on diamond painting. So every centimetre is actually 4 diamonds. So it does mean that these projects tend to be on the bigger side, and because a lot of people do use their spare drills, it can also take time to build up the drills that you need for these projects. So they do tend to be long-term projects, as opposed to quick, let's do it in a month type thing. If you are Penny, you do both, but for most of us, we tend to work on these alongside other projects. So sometimes they get a bit neglected, and because they're so big, they can take a couple of years, you know, and nobody wants to do that. So the first year that I did it, it was actually called PK November, and I chose November because it's one of the quieter months when it comes to events, and it was called PK November because I was using Pattern Keeper. Then when I decided to redo it again in May, I changed the name because I didn't want to exclude people that were working on a chart or were using a different app. And I certainly didn't want to insist that people got their patterns from heaven and earth or anything. So hence why it's DIY for do it yourself, DP for diamond painting. That's how the event came about. And I decided to do this as a twice yearly event, because just by doing 1 month twice a year to concentrate on my project means I'm more likely to get it done quicker. Where am I? I'm completely lost. It's there. Very easy to get lost when you're doing this, and I've just marked those off as done and they're not. So let's put them in, and then we want one there. So yeah, that was the reasoning behind it. So last November, it was PK November, and we had, including myself and Penny, we had like 11, I think, people joined in May. It jumped to like 23, I think, 22. This time round, we currently have, including me and Penny, we have 30 people. So it's getting bigger. And a lot of us are coming back with the same canvas. I'm not. I did start this as a new start. And the beauty of this event is there is no minimum amount to do each day anymore. It is more about building this short-term community where we can support each other while we take the time to work on our projects, because they deserve it. They deserve to have their time. So that's how it came about, and I absolutely love it. There is a schedule throughout the month of November for videos. So here is the schedule while I get my next colour ready. So on a Monday there will be a video from me, and a Monday is when I will update with how everyone's getting on, what their percentages are, etc. Percentages and drills laid is a big feature of the prizes for this event. On a Tuesday, Kristyn from Craftyish Kristyn will be posting a video up. She may do others throughout the week as well, but she has kindly agreed to do one video a week to help me out, because it's a lot of work, you know, It is a lot of work. On a Wednesday and Thursday, the lovely Penny from Kalbs Sparkles will be posting a video. On a Friday, myself, Penny and Kristyn, if we can get her to agree, will be doing a live. And on the live, it's the opportunity for us to catch up, have a natter, see how we're all getting on, and maybe have a giveaway or two to do. So yeah, that's on a Friday. On a Saturday and Sunday, I will be posting a daily video up, working on this just as I am today, and this will follow on throughout November. The last day will be the last day of November, and we may very well do a video that day or do a live that day to wrap it up. But very, very excited, very excited. So that is the schedule for filming. Or everyone that is doing videos or lives for this event will be putting the hashtag DIYDPNov23. There's a couple of other YouTubers that are also going to be doing their own videos because they post anyway. They will also use that hashtag. So if you use that hashtag in YouTube, it will bring up anybody's videos who are doing that sort of thing. Just making sure I'm still filming. So what are the prizes? Well, we have a number of prizes throughout the month, sometimes on the videos, sometimes on the live. Literally need 2 of 921. Prizes tend to be a lot of times little prizes if they're sent by me, because it does depend on where you are. So number one, if you are in the States, the main prizes, if you win a main prize, they will come usually from the lovely Betsy McLeod, who is based in the States. She has very, very kindly sponsored the last 2 events that we've done like this and given out prizes to people who are stateside. Larger prizes, if you're not in the States, did that wrong, are usually sent out by myself, and they can vary. They could be diamond paintings, they could be little off projects, they could be drills, they could be the trays. So it does depend on where you are, how big the parcel is, how much it's going to cost me to send it to you, but you will always get a prize. A lot of those goodie boxes, as I like to call them, are made up of promo packages that I get. So I like to order different things to have a little bit of variety, not just diamond paintings, but they could be diamond paintings. It will vary. I have a number stashed away in a box down here, and they're all things that are kindly donated by other people. I do like to pass that love on if I can. So one there. Just got to concentrate for a minute. The only downside to doing something like this when you have a lot of similar colours is keeping track of where you are. Not as easy as it seems. So the 3 big main prizes for this event in November at the end of the competition. Number 1, most drills laid. So hence why we keep track of how many drills you're laying over the course of the month. There is a large prize for that. So that's that one. The next one is highest percentage completed, because they can be completely different. You know, they're not always the same thing. And then the main prize, the biggest prize, is actually voted for by the participants of the event. So everybody who is taking part will get the opportunity to vote on somebody else's work. So they could be promoted because of the way that they've done something, because of the image they've chosen, because of the way they've decided to do it. It all varies. I've put that in the wrong place. That needs to be there. So that's, but through the course of the month, of course, we do have the little giveaways on YouTube as well, on the lives, sometimes in videos. It's just fun. It's just fun, and it's a nice atmosphere, I have to say. My subscribers, Penny subscribers, you know, what a fabulous bunch. We have a very good regular group who comes on all the lives, and we do have a bit of a giggle. So that is what DIY DP is all about. It's about working on our conversions and actually getting some of it done, because it's very easy to let it drag on. But when you know you can get a big chunk done by just doing a small amount each day or each week, you'd be surprised how quickly you can get it done. As I said, I have been heavily filming today because I have a bunch of unboxings to do. So I have filmed them. They will be going up over the course of the next 3 or 4 weeks. So please be patient. And again, doing this video too before my family arrives. Right, might as well do that one, because as I seem to have started at the top and I'm working my way down. Beauty of doing a conversion. The difference between doing a conversion and a normal diamond painting. A normal diamond painting, when you get to that last row, when you get that commit, it's such a nice feeling. Well, that feeling is multiplied when you do a conversion, because you're seeing, it's like doing a mystery painting. You are seeing a blank canvas come alive as you go. It's absolutely phenomenal. And the sense of achievement when you've spent this amount of time doing one of these conversions is phenomenal. It really is amazing. So I would definitely say it is well worth doing. Right, so I've missed a drill somewhere, so I'm going to put one of them in. Oh, the joys of working on a conversion. But yeah, it's beautiful just to see the image build before your eyes. It really is such an achievement. And because they're quite, a lot of them can be quite big, you know, you spend a lot of time doing this. Oh no, I did that in the wrong place. If I can't pick this drill up, so she picks up 2. Right, so that one should be there. Come back. Right, if you get stuck, please do use your finger. So I've got one there, and one there. So that's them 3. And then in here, I want 1 and 1. So here are my tips for doing your very own. Right, that's there. That's there. For doing your very own conversion. For your first one, don't pick an image that's too big. Now, even if you do a mini, you're probably looking at about a 60 by 80. So it is quite big, no matter what. But some of these projects can be like massive, so try not to overwhelm yourself on the first one. Secondly, yes, it helps if you've got lots of spare square drills. It can be done with a round. It's a different effect. It can be done, but most people will do it with square drills. Take your time. You know, it takes time to prepare for this, and there's something for me, why did I put them away? There's something that I enjoy about organising all the drills and everything beforehand. And just enjoy the process. It will take you time. It isn't going to be done overnight. And you will get frustrated sometimes. And sometimes you may even put it away. See, why am I going wrong so much today? Right, because I'm in the wrong place, aren't I? Oh, for God's sake. So easy. This is exactly why I don't do comments and questions, because I just cannot concentrate. So I've changed tactic and I'm coming in from a different end. The thing is, when you do this, you've got your blank. It's very easy to count when you put your first drills down, because you can see the whole area to do it. But when you start doing drills that are the same colour, It is a little bit harder. I try to keep, if I can, it does help, I try to keep my chart above where I'm working to make it a little bit easier to see where I am, but it's not always possible. So that one I've done. So I've then got in here, yes, yes, is that right? Where am I? I'm over here, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, so 2 in there. I just need to concentrate for a minute so I can get this. It's just always harder when you've got the same colours. They're all very similar shades. I would also say you don't have to multi-place. A lot of people, especially if you've got quite a confetti piece of art, a lot of people will just single place. Right, that's that done. So I should have that one there. And then one there. Is that right? Yeah. And that one isn't there. So let's get rid of that. So that's where I went wrong on the first bit. So that's that section done. And then it is just this one. I use your finger to point where you're going. So I know that that's that one. And when you're doing, like at the beginning, when you're doing these small amounts, if you've got them in a group, you can actually just highlight them all as you go. But as you get further on, you may have to highlight one at a time. Right, so that should be right. And if you make a mistake, don't fret, it's fine. The beauty of using an app like this is it is actually fairly simple to find a mistake. You just need to look at the patterns that are left behind. There are numerous ways of working on a project like this. Today I seem to be, got it on the wrong one, I seem to be picking out from the top, working my way down. Sometimes I pick the smallest amounts first and get those done. Depends how I feel. We all have different work methods, so I don't need too many of these. I'm going to take a short break in a minute because I am doing other stuff today in between doing this. So with this one, I sort of felt quite happy about just placing them in because they are finishing off that particular square. So it's easy to see where they go. So once I've done that, highlight those and it will take those out. And then we've got these 3 here. So when you first start on your grid, you use the blank squares really to show you where you need to go. But when you've got drills down, you start to look at the patterns in the drills to help you. Does that make sense? I hope so. Tonight, it is Saturday. Tonight, Penny will be live at about 10 o'clock. I may be on there for the chat. It depends if I'm asleep by then. I'm not promising. But it does her good to do a live on her own. It really does. So she might moan that I don't join in. But I can't spend 2 nights on a weekend. I'm going to go down here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to get those, look. So I will do those next. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. Had to go and have a quick break, make a drink. So I'll get my app back up. Have to say, today is one of the most miserable days you've ever seen. Autumn / winter is definitely here, I have to say. So I'm going to do this symbol next, just because there's a nice little section of them at the bottom and it means I can multi-place. 747, where are you? I love this colour. It is one of my favourite blues. One of my favourite. So the way that I work on my conversion does vary. It kind of depends what mood I'm in. But certainly, I mean, I do love a colour block. I have to say, there are certain things that some people like or don't like. So, you know, there are people out there that never like working with squares. They find them harder. harder to keep straight. I absolutely love square drill. It is my favourite if I was going to do either. However, there are benefits to both. So I do both. It doesn't put me off buying a kit if a kit is around. Some people absolutely love conversions. Some people will just never get the point. They just prefer to have everything done ready for them and quite happy getting the images that they are being offered by these companies, and that's absolutely fine too. Some people love colour blocking. I find it very relaxing. It's almost like doing a jigsaw puzzle or playing Tetris. I like it a lot. I'm not as keen on confetti. If you are brand new and you don't know what I mean, confetti is where you have lots of colour changes in one small section. So you're doing lots of 1 or 2 drills at a time. Colour blocking is where you have larger sections of the same colour. So this little bit I'm doing now, I mean, it's not a massive section. I'm doing a 3 by 3 square, so it's 900 drills at a time. Oh my God, my brain is not working today. But I love colour blocking. Some people get really het up on how neat it is. I tend to find, and many other people will tell you this too, that as you go on and fill it in, they straighten up quite a bit naturally anyway. If you are someone, I would consider this painting to be what I call confetti blocking. Although there is some areas of confetti, there are also areas where you can do small numbers of blocking, so like 3s and 4s. So for me, it's ideal. That is my perfect painting, because as they say, confetti brings you the detail, but colour blocking keeps it moving, because it is quicker, especially if you are multi-placing. And believe me, I can multi-place in the smallest of areas. If there's more, if it's 2 drills or more, I will multi-place it if I can get away with it, because it just speeds it up. Beautiful colour. This 747, is it set? Yeah, 747. I think this was one of the first colours I did in one of my first Diamond Art Club, which was Forest Snowman. I absolutely loved that canvas. I truly fell in love with Diamond Art Club from that canvas, and I've not stopped. So going to do this one. So I do have a 6 placer on. And a single placer obviously, and I am using double-sided tape as my sticky medium. I do like other mediums. I find beeswax is quite good for ABs. Putty can be quite good in multi-placers, but for both, for everything, sticky tape. Very often I do actually use the pink wax in a Diamond Art Club pen just for my ABs, just because it's free, it comes free, and you can change it out frequently for ABs. It doesn't really matter. I don't like to clog my tape up with the dust from AB drills. I have yet to do anything with fairy dust drills. Apparently they're much easier to work with. I don't actually mind ABs, working with ABs, and they do add a nice sparkle. I have not put any ABs into this picture. I decided against it, so I'm going to go for this. Helps if you've got the right thing. You will notice that I am missing my fingernail. I broke it in the week and I've not had a chance to do it. So 3024, we just need a few of these, so I'm going to pour out. Now I will say, the reason I do the standard and the small tray is perfect if you are doing confetti, because you don't need such a big tray, but most of the time I use a standard. It is my favourite size. So I'm just going to add these ones in. So the plan for the rest of the day is I do have another unboxing to film if I can get around to it today. But if not, I will just leave this on my table and I'll work on it some more. Now, if I can get tomorrow's video filmed as well, even better. But I am at home all day tomorrow, so I have got time. So I'm not going to sweat it. But because this is on my table, I probably will work predominantly on this one. If I get a bit fed up of doing squares, I could always go to Firework Firefly, which is the round Randall Spangler canvas that I'm working on. Drill there that's come out of nowhere. I could just pull that out onto my little mobile table. I've got like a little folding table. I'll take it in the sunroom and watch TV. So that's that one done. Let's get this plus sign. So I've got a lot of, you know, small amounts going up. Like I said, this is a bit of a mix of confetti and... Now you will notice I do have mixed colours in my drills. When I save my drills, most of the time I do not colour match massively. I have been doing it more frequently, but most of the time I'll just pull out the shade that I want. And in this instance, it's this darker shade. And I know that because I have the shade up here. So I know it's a darker blue. But it's neither here nor there. And very often I will just use, if I run out of one shade, I will just use the other shade in another section. So I can tick that one because I've done all those. Just dropped my drill. So on this one, we need to go across 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and place that one there. So I'm going to mark that off. So at the minute, I'm using the darker colour. If later on I run out of that colour, I will then switch to the light one. So usually it's whatever I've got the most of. At the minute, I've got a fair few of these dark blue, so I will pick them out first. The thing is, I'm not going to throw away drills for any reason. So unless they're really, really bad, which is unlikely, I don't tend to do too many budget company ones. Some of these drills will be Diamond Art Club ones. Some of them will be resin. Some of them will be acrylic. Makes no difference to me as long as they're good drills. You can get good acrylic drills. So yeah, I just pick out the ones I want. You know, a lot of people will keep 2 or 3 shades of the same DMC number. I don't do that just because I'm limited on space. Not so much anymore. I have got space to have more boxes. I just don't want to. That would be going down the route of setting up a whole new system just for rounds, and I can't be bothered with that. Although I do plan on doing a round drill canvas at some point. I just need to find a smallish one to start with. Okay, so we've got, this is in line with that one, and we want 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, just using the patterns I've already got to find where my drill needs to go. So I would say it is a little bit, you know, you have to think a little bit more when you do this, but not massively. I would definitely say if you're starting off 4, 5, 1, I'm not going to put my stopper in because I don't need many of them, so I won't need to shake it massively. Again, I've got 2 shades in here. The darker shade is almost the same colour as my tray, so they're the ones that I'm picking out to use for now. The reason I say that you can use 2 different colours is because if you have got, and I did this with my last one, so I know it works, especially if you've got a confetti painting, as long as you keep the shade the same in that section that you're doing. If you then use a slightly different shade in a later section, most of the time it will not be noticed. When I did my last conversion, Secret Door, I actually did mixed shades and multi-placed with mixed shades, especially in the green that I had, and you know what, it made no flipping difference at all. You couldn't even notice it. So don't be scared of using different shades. You know, there will be some of you, however, that don't want to do that, in which case find yourself a good company to get your drills from, and supply them with the list excuse me, of how many drills you need of each, and buy your drills in bulk. And that way, not only will you get hopefully consistent sizes, but also consistent colour shades. You know, it's up to you. It depends on how much you want to spend. I'm tight. I want to spend as little as possible, because, you know, I can use that money on other diamond paintings instead. But I enjoy making use of those things that other people would probably throw away. Is that 3? Yes. And then we want one over here, which is 2 below that one. There we go. Really looking forward to getting this one done. I know I've only just started it, but it's quite nice, and especially when you've got an app like this, because it will keep you updated of how many you've stitched in that day, what percentage you are at, and you can work out ahead of time if you feel like it. Let's do that one. That's 840. Now 840 is the colour I don't have a lot of. I might have to see if Mum's got any, because she might have some upstairs. So if I run out of a shade, I am going to just continue, and I'm just going to leave the section blank, and I'll fill them in as I go. And it's purely because I made an error on ordering the drills that I needed. Penny did order some drills for me, but we kind of now don't know what I ordered or when. She has got a bunch that she's going to give to me. I've done that one. But if I run out in the course of filming, then I run out and it's neither here nor there. It'll be fine. So that one goes there. Let's see if I can get these few to line up. I possibly will just pop a quick order in. I have been getting my spare drills from Silver, which is based in the UK. She does very good acrylic drills. And I did put an order in because I wanted to have at least 200. Okay, that is definitely wrong somewhere. Square. That one should be 2. There. And 1 there. Oh, that's why. Oh my God. Okay, so big boo-boo. I haven't separated this out properly, which now means that I am 1 drill further over this way. So I'm going to sort it while I'm at it, because otherwise that is going to be... I couldn't understand why I was having issues replacing. Now it makes complete sense. Right, so let's move this over. So they move over here. That is now right. So that bit's right. That should be touching the blue. And we should have 1 there. So that section is right. So let's do that. This is what I mean. Sometimes you will go wrong. Right, so that is there. So that needs to be there. That one needs to come over one. That's right. Therefore that is right and that is right. So let's put that one in the corner. And this is the beauty of having somebody on YouTube showing you what not to do. But it's fixable. You know, using this chart, it is fixable. Poured glue is a lot easier to slide drills on than double-sided tape. But if you do have double-sided tape, then it is a case of just of taking that drill off and replacing it. Don't panic too much. So that should be there in the middle. Okay, so let's do this one because this line is right. So I know that this section is right. But this section may not be. So let's move this over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop that one in. If I do it as I'm going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we should have 1. Not that one. Right, so that should be a gap, so that's right. 2, yeah. And then we should have a gap of 2. And then that one should be over there. That's right. 3, 4. So we should have one in there. And then we should have one there, which is that one. That should now be right. 1, 2, 3. See? Even the best of us can make mistakes. So yes, I will speak to Penny later today. I did try to call her back, but she's filming today as well. See if she has got 840s for me. If she has, I won't order any more. If she doesn't, then I will pop an order into Silver just to get those drills. Let me just see what the time is. Right, so we're at 47 minutes, so I'll do a couple more. I don't like to do videos over an hour. So let's do this one, 943. Beautiful green. And then after this colour, I will call it a day. So there you go. At least now you have seen what happens when you make a mistake. It's very easily correctable. What I love about Pattern Keeper is you can actually set this so that the colour, you can still see the symbol through the colour. So if you do lay the wrong thing down and you're not sure where you've gone wrong, you can alter the settings and it will show you what drill should be where. There is always a way of fixing it. Always. And you know what? I could sit and edit out the mistakes. But I truly feel that you learn from mistakes. And whether you learn from your own or whether you learn from me, at least you're still learning. That's the beauty. Plus, I don't have time to heavily edit. If I try to edit out everything that I do wrong, there'd be no video left. Because I'm always doing things wrong. It is the nature of being a diamond painter. But the artistry involved in doing something, when you do something like this, it's less likely that there are other people with the same diamond painting as you, and I love that too. Absolutely do. Don't think either This diamond painting that I'm doing actually only has 50 colours. They're not all max colour, you know, 200 odd colours. The downside to doing less colours is that you will have more quantities required of each colour that you do have. Whereas if you've got 270 colours, you may have quite a few where you only need a handful of drills. But makes it easier that way to do, because obviously you're more likely to have a few of each colour if you save your spell drills than having lots of quantities of lots of them. So again, swings and roundabouts. Okay, I've missed a blue somewhere. I've missed 2 blue somewhere. So I need to put those in. It's different, yeah. How did I do that? You see what I mean? So I will fetch that blue colour out because I've obviously marked it off and I've just not put them in. So I don't know why I did that. A lot of it is just because I'm not concentrating because I'm talking. Simple as that. So it's all your fault. It's your fault that I'm filming this and making mistakes along the way. So the blue colour was 797. So before I mark those off, I'm just going to this cough, honestly, I've had it for like, this is the 3rd week now that I've had this cough. So I need to put one on there. Oh, it's awful. Just won't stop. One there, and that's right. So I can now mark those off as done. I am so sorry. I don't like to cough on videos. So I'm going to leave it there. I will carry on with this off camera, obviously. I don't want to have a massive long. Don't forget, if you would like to find other videos working on DIY DP November 23, you just need to put that hashtag into YouTube and it will bring up all the videos by everybody who are doing videos for this event. I wish you the best of luck for today. Thank you for joining me for this whip, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. So it is, as always, over and out from me. Bye bye.